Mr. Marchant.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's an honor today for me to have a couple of Texans here on this panel, and welcome. Thank you for being here today. Mr. Joyce, thank you for your statement. I think your statement embodied exactly the feelings of every business in my district. I represent a district that has Addison, Las Colinas, all of the DFW airport, and all of the surrounding areas. And throughout the district, every single owner, every single CEO is sitting down with their accountant, sitting down with their insurance agent, and they're trying to figure out how they are going to do business next year. And that is creating uncertainty, and in your words, it is creating fear. And in a business environment of uncertainty and fear, you don't have hiring. In fact, you have exactly the opposite. So many of these fortunate individuals that will be able to stay on their parents' insurance for another couple of years, because of the abysmal hiring atmosphere, it may be that those very individuals that have stayed on their parents' insurance for an additional couple of years actually won't have anywhere to go to work after they get out of college because the hiring has been frozen and there's such uncertainty. During the debate, when this Affordable Health Care Act was adopted, one of the major arguments the administration and supporters gave with this that companies in the medical device companies specifically would receive a windfall because there would be so many thousands and literally millions of people that didn't have insurance, that would have insurance, that would now begin to access the healthcare system. And because of that, your business, Mr. Human, your business, Mr. Moore, would have so many new customers and would be able to sell so many more instruments that your profits would go up. And because of those profits, you should help pay for this system. So I'd like to give both of you the opportunity today to address that argument.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Excuse me. At OsteMed, we just haven't seen that and don't expect to see that. First of all, the products that we make, patients are receiving regardless. There are products that are for trauma and for severe reconstruction issues. Secondarily, the majority of newly insured patients are younger people, and they'll likely not be utilizing the medical technologies that are out there. And then third, when we look at Massachusetts, which has had universal health coverage now for some time, we've seen no uptick in our business in that state whatsoever.
So basically, in your case, the medical device tax is just a redistribution. It's basically going to your company and saying your company or your industry is going to pay for the Affordable Health Care Act.
It's very simple. It's an extra cost on our business. It's one less dollar that we have to invest in innovation and new hires within OsteMed.
Thank you. Mr. Moore.
And we ask that same question across many of our members. Is there an expected windfall? And I think coming back to that Massachusetts experience, in our surveys, 90% of companies who had been through the Massachusetts experiment of universal care did not see a windfall, did not see any growth, any greater growth in Massachusetts than they did in the rest of the country. So whether you're talking Cyberonics or the rest of the industry, we do not expect to see that windfall.
And do either of you expect to be able to fully pass on the expense of the tax to your customer?
The competitive environment is incredibly tough. We have foreign manufacturers coming over here. We have domestic companies that we compete against. We need to look at our costs first and keep all of our options open and try and make the ends meet at the end of the day. This is a new cost on our business.
Right, and as I said in my comments, we see our taxes going up effectively with this 2.3% revenue tax across the industry. We see them going up 29%. So we're not looking at a way that we think we can recover it. Quite the contrary, we're saying where do we cut in order to find some cost savings, and those start hitting things that we least want to hit. They hit American people in the sense of jobs. They hit projects, American projects, art, research and development, and fewer people working on fewer R&D projects ultimately impacts in a very negative way patient care.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.